Hello, readers. Welcome to another reading lesson with me, Miss Taylor. I am happy to see you. All right, so let's see. Are we ready to read? Do we have our textbook? Do we have a bookmark or our finger to follow along to track in the story? Do we have our workbook? Got my workbook here and a pencil. All right. Remember, track with your finger or a bookmark. Kind of follow along, read each word carefully, pay attention to end marks. Some of our goals we're going to read with accuracy and expression. We're going to understand what's happening in the story. We're going to make connections to characters' feelings, and we're going to enjoy the story. All right, we know that reading is thinking. There's all kinds of things that are happening in our brains as we are reading and thinking. And our reading lesson looks like this. We have a vocabulary sentence we'll review, and then we have some word lists. We have our nonfiction passage. We have our main story, that's fiction about Umu and Ulak and Usk, the polar bear. Then we have some review items, our workbook, and then we're going to read for 20 minutes or more. All right. So, our vocabulary sentence is scientists do not ignore ordinary things. Hmm. All right, so I'm going to say part of the sentence. When I stop, you say the next word. Scientists do not ignore ordinary things. Nice job. Scientists do not ignore ordinary things. Nice job. All right. So scientists do not ignore ordinary things. In other words, they pay attention to everything. All right. So today we have lesson number 15. Scoot me out of the way here. And in lesson 15, we are going to learn about Florida, Canada, and Alaska. That is our nonfiction passage. And then we are going to read about playing with Usk. Wait a second. They're not supposed to play with Usk. Uh-oh. Already. But first, we have some words. Let's take a look at our word list. And let's take a look at column number 1. Word 1 is mosquito. What word? Word 2 is actually. What word? Word 3 is punish. What word? Word 4 is no-see-ums. What word? Hmm. No-see-ums are tiny biting insects that live in Alaska and Canada. No-see-ums feel like mosquitoes, but they're so small you can hardly see them. Hence, they're called no-see-ums. Word 5, what word? Scientists. And word 6, what word? Nice job. Let's try the fast way. Mosquito. Actually. Punish. No-see-ums. Scientists. Ordinary. Nice job. Let's go to column 2. All of these words end with ed. Word 1, what word? Things that have small spots are speckled. So if something has a bunch of small spots, you could say it's speckled. Word 2, what word? Nudged. Word 3, what word? Scrambled. And word 4, what word? Sliced. Let's try the fast way. Speckled. Nudged. Scrambled. Sliced. Nice job. Already, column 3, word 1, what word? Forth. Like you move back and forth, back and forth. Word 2, what word? A cliff is like a side of a hill that goes almost straight down. Look out for the cliff. Word 3, what word? Word 4, what word? Word 5, what word? Word 6, what word? Nice job. Let's try the fast way. So we're on column number 3. Fourth, cliff, ignore, hitch, enter, careless. Alrighty. And column 4. All of these words end with ing. Word 1, what word? Swarming. When insects swarm, hundreds of them fly very close together. Word 2, what word? If you swing a bucket of water back and forth, the water sloshes around. Word 3, what word? Word 4, what word? All right, let's try the fast way. Swarming, sloshing, growling, tumbling. Nice job. Alrighty, let's find part B in our textbooks. Part B. Scoot Miss Taylor out of the way here. All right. Part B, we have Florida, Canada, and Alaska. So we are going to learn some facts. Please follow along with me. I'm on page 73. You've read about places in Florida, Canada, and Alaska. See what you remember about those places. Which place in Canada did you read about? Big Trout Lake. Who lived there? Yeah, Henry and Tim and all their little geese friends and family. Who lived in Alaska? Umu, Ulak, Usk. Which place is farthest south? Florida, Big Trout Lake, or Alaska? Florida. Which place is the farthest north? Alaska. Which place has the warmest winters? Florida. Which place has the coldest winters? Minnesota. Alaska. We have pretty cold winters, though. Here's a map that shows Canada and Alaska. You can see the route that goes from Big Trout Lake to where Umu and Ulak live. So everyone, please touch Big Trout Lake. What country is that lake in? Canada. Touch the place where Umu and Ulak live. That place is in the United States. What state? What state is it in? Alaska. Nice job. Use the key to figure out about how far it is between these two places. So you can see the little key down here on your map is 500 miles. So what you could do is take your pencil, kind of measure using your pencil. You could measure using like a little piece of paper. And like I have a little sticky note here. What you can do is kind of put it on your book to see about how far 500 miles is. I can make a little mark here. So I used my little paper and I made a little mark that this is about 500 miles. And then we can put it on our book and kind of trace from up here in Alaska, Kotzebue, Alaska, and then all the way down to Big Trout Lake. So to me, let's see, there's 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. I think it's about 2,000 or 2,500. Because when I use my little mark, I can do this about 5 times. So 500, 5 times would be 2,500. All right. Let's go ahead and find part C, playing with Usk. All right. Hey, they're not supposed to be playing with Usk, are they? Ulak ran very fast, but Usk ran even faster. Usk caught up to Ulak just as Ulak reached the beach. Usk nudged Ulak with his nose, and Ulak went tumbling in the pebbles. All right, so everyone, who's faster? Ulak or Usk? Usk. And he went tumbling into the pebbles, so Ulak fell down. Usk made a growling sound and shook his head, but Umu knew that he was just playing the way dogs sometimes do. Ulak got to his feet and started to stumble through the pebbles. Before he got 2 meters down the beach, however, Usk caught up to him again, gave him a nudge in the back, kind of pushed him with his nose, and down went Ulak. Umu ran to the edge of the beach, where there was a snowdrift that was about a meter deep. She made a snowball and threw it at Usk. Splat! It hit him on the rear end. He turned around and stood up. Usk made a growling sound and chased Umu. He caught up to her, grabbed her by the collar, and pushed her over. She went face first into the snowdrift next to the pebbled beach. She rolled over and laughed. Usk was sitting in the snow next to her, panting. With his big pink tongue hanging out, he looked like a great big white dog. She tossed some snow at his tongue. He licked his chops, means his lips, and then started to pant again. He really does act like a big dog, doesn't he? All right. Hey, Ulak said, let's hitch him up to the sled. Remember, to hitch someone means, or something means to kind of connect it. So he's like, let's connect Usk to the sled. Wait a second, are they supposed to be playing with Usk? Umu remembered the fun that she and Ulak used to have sledding down the hills with Usk. So Umu is starting to remember some things again. She's lying in the snow on the beach. She's remembering when they used to go sledding with Usk. She's like, that was fun. She used to hitch him to a dog sled and let him run down the hills. Sometimes he would stop halfway down and the sled would run into him. Then everybody would tumble down the hill. Sometimes he would run very fast and then make a turn at the bottom of the hill. The sled would slide in a great circle and then turn over, tossing Umu and Ulak into the snow. Sometimes Usk would... So there's little dots in the story. Those dots tell us that something is missing. Something made her stop thinking about Usk. We'll find out what made her stop. Umu! Her father shouted. It's her dad. Umu stopped thinking of sledding with Usk and looked up at the top of the hill where her father was standing. Can you make a connection to how she might be feeling right now? She's like, I'm not supposed to be playing with Usk, and now my dad caught me. Umu! He shouted again. Ulak, come here now. Umu and Ulak scrambled up the slope through the wet snow. The top of the hill was free of snow. Umu stamped the snow from her feet and looked down. She did not want to look at her father. She could feel that he was looking at her. Do you ever do that when you know you've made a mistake? When you just look down, you don't want to look at your parents? I remember doing that when I was little. Umu, I am ashamed of you, he said. What season of the year is it? Umu answered quietly. What season is it? Spring. We know that animals are dangerous in the spring. Please read the rest of the story to yourself and then get ready to answer some questions. All right. If you're not finished reading, pause the video, finish reading, and then come back. So, what did Umu's father say would happen if they did not stay away from Usk? Yeah, he said they would have to go where the bear couldn't go. I wonder where they'll have to stay. So her dad is saying, well, if you don't stay away from the bear, then you're going to have to go to a place where the bear can't go. Wonder what's going to happen next. All right, so what's next? You're going to read the story again one more time on your own. You're going to answer the questions at the end of the story. And remember, you don't need to write these down, but you should be prepared and be able to answer them correctly. So read through the questions at the end and make sure you know the answers. And then you're going to complete your workbook pages for lesson 15 for today. And you're going to submit some photos, read for 20 more minutes, and have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you again soon.